What we're trying to accomplish here with XQ is reinventing that customer experience. We all know the importance of a good customer experience and the detriments, certainly, of a bad customer experience. In today's world, with things like Facebook and Twitter, the audience that you have for that negative experience is 10x, and it's really could be very, very damaging. So we want to, with XQ and interactive retail, we want to attract customers. We want to prevent walkouts. We want to boost the efficiency of the sales process by putting the tools and the information at the fingertips of your sales reps. And bottom line, we want to help you increase sales and profits. We feel this is really the leading interactive solution out there, one, because of the integration with RQ4. So you're managing one product list for both the front of the house and the back of the house. The access to the content via IQ Catalog, which we're managing for you, taking off that can be very expensive burden of managing your content, the products, the accuracy, the quality of the images in an industry that we know is forever changing. So really, it's one comprehensive solution to deliver the ultimate customer experience. So just to focus a little bit on the solution and the components, again, you can get some demos out there, but there are 3 customer-facing applications: XQ Stream, Browse, and AdPlay, and I'll go into those a little bit more. On the retailer-facing application, you're going to manage all the content in your store and the application out of XQ Console, and then those are tied together with the back-end products of our IQ Catalog and our services and systems that are working to upload that content for you. So how that kind of works, I'm just going to take a quick minute, go back a minute, to tell you kind of how that process works. So really, when you come on board with the XQ, we'll send you through a series of launch steps, walk you through that guided launch process. And when it comes to selecting, and what you would actually do is subscribe to a catalog. So if you're a Verizon agent, if you're an AT&T agent, you would subscribe to the Verizon catalog. You may subscribe to the AT&T catalog. From there, we'll find out and see who your accessory providers are. Do you work with Offwire, Technocell, Tesco? And then you would subscribe to that catalog, seeing all their product catalog. From there, you would select the products that are pertinent to your stores, and building what we call a playlist. So if you kind of imagine iTunes, which I think most of us are familiar with, you're creating those playlists and then assigning those playlists to a device, very much like you would in iTunes. Instead of music, though, you're working with handsets and accessories. So that information will then be pushed to you in a live feed to what we're referring to as the XQ Media Player, which is the device that's going to power XQ on your displays. That information is pushed down in the middle of the night, so not interfere with your day-to-day operations. And then, we know about, in terms of the timiness of the content, for example, the recent, iPhone 4S may not be a perfect example. We all kind of knew about that coming, but we know about the information really as quickly as you do. So if you know that something's coming, we do have an email set up that you can just email our content team. Hey, I have a new phone coming, new accessories, can you add this to the library? And our content team will work with updating that information. So today I want to really talk about, what do we need to do? For those that are interested, what are the next steps? How do you get into the funnel? So I kind of took a little spin, and don't worry, we're not going to make anybody over today. But the XQ makeover. So before interactive retail and before XQ, these were some of the billboards that you may be putting on the side of the road, in your door, in your storefronts. So after, here's the streaming billboard today. So with XQ Stream, you have an interactive billboard intended to attract and pull people into the store. So what you can see here is the focus item that someone has clicked on, the Galaxy Vibrant there, and all the compatible or related items circling that focus item. As you can see, really think outside of the box, and you're not just linking things like accessories, but you're linking things like Angry Birds and apps. You can link promotions. I had a customer that they want to make sure that their reps, and their customers know that they have a DirecTV promotion. So with every handset, they attach a DirecTV promotion. So again, here's again some of the old signs that you may have hanging up in your windows. out on your sidewalks. After, now let's deliver wow with some ad play. So here we're really maximizing your branding and promoting your in-store promotions by displaying a variety of videos, images on selected screens throughout your store. These can be placed on either portrait or landscape style displays as shown here. So displaying, what are the best displays to display stream and both ad play? Stream is our interactive solution. Ad play is digital signage and non-interactive. Both of these applications work better on larger screens. They're there to promote branding, to attract and pull traffic. So this is something that you're going to see on a 32-inch or up. So before, we browsed through catalogs. I think we all know the days of the J.C. Penney catalog that weighed probably 25 pounds. So after, here's the virtual shelf space in the catalog that we have today. You can browse and research products, leading to a more knowledgeable customer, and you're really bridging the gap between that online shopping experience and the brick and mortar. So the idea here is not to replace the customer sales rep, but to use this as a tool for the customer sales rep to really educate that customer. It's putting the information at the sales steps, leading them to have that accurate information right there again at their fingertips. So displaying browse. Browse works well on either a 22 or a 42-inch screen, as the experience can be a little bit more personal. You imagine a 22-inch, just a much more personal experience. So before, the idea of content management and managing your content can be overwhelming and cause some headaches. So after, you can easily manage your content across your network, making sure that the information is timely and relevant at one point of entry. So no longer the needs to send out discs or jump drives or paper posters, making sure that your reps are putting them up in time and taking them down when those promotions are over. You can now control that by a few clicks of a button. Clayton loves it when I say the word button, by the way. So you're interested, what now? Well, you all have done the first thing on the list, and that's attending the summit. So congratulations. There's lots of information here right when you go out these doors. You can't miss it. There's also about 50, 60 of us in orange t-shirts that are welcome to talk to you at any time. The other tool that's out there is the IQmetrics website and the XQ product page. Definitely we have a photo image gallery, we have planograms. So if you're in that phase when you're trying, hey, I don't have a vision, and you really want some ideas, what are other people doing? What have been some of the success stories? Go and visit our products page and see those planograms, those images, the case studies, the ROI that we're beginning to see. And educate yourself. So then the call with the experience designer, and that's myself. James Westgate is also with us today, and you can talk to him about this. But really, so we're doing that customer profile review. Again, we're gonna understand what your vision is, what your needs are. From that, we're gonna mock up a proposal in a planogram. There's a contract or an agreement, and then launch. And I put this quote, I kind of like this, but the design of the experience is really more about the kind of experience that the users actually have than controlling the experience you try to give them. So the customer profile questionnaire, what does that mean? Well, it's an online form, and we're going to collect the initial information. And again, as I said, it's going to give me the awareness of your vision and what your expectations are so that I can deliver to those. I'm going to present you with a planogram, hardware requirements, and some estimated pricing, so you can begin to put the footwork in terms of budgeting and store preparations. So planograms, what's going to happen? So I'm going to ask you for some store layouts, some drawings or photos, and then from there I'm going to mock up those photos with some recommendations, suggestions for placements of some monitors. We're going to work together to determine the best layout. You guys know your flow of the store, the traffic, your clientele. And so keeping those things in mind, we're going to work together and we're going to finalize a planogram for your store or stores. So just to give you some samples here, and what we've done is we have a planogram based on every size and type of store. So for a flagship store, what can you kind of envision what that might look like? So here's a flagship store here, something that's maybe over 12,000 feet. And some estimated pricing, hardware, and on the software side of what that might cost you. Again, a large store, And you can see the variety of kiosks and both the displays in portrait and landscape within above phone displays as well as on the wall. Small store, we're looking at 500 to 800 feet, and again, some estimated costs, and just again, some suggestions on how you might mount, and place these displays. And again, XQ will even work in a standard mall kiosk. So again, looking here at what some of those fees might be and some of the positioning that you might want to think about. So the hardware, the planogram is really going to give you a good sense of what those hardware requirements are. We've partnered with a company by the name of Avnet, and they're going to really provide you with the best experience. Our hopes are they're going to provide you, and I have no doubt, the best experience in one place. So when you think about all-in-one, multi-purpose, convenience, these are some of the products. You have some multi-purpose flour. You have a Swiss Army knife there that I've never seen before. And then your Super Target. So really, the idea here is that the one-stop shop, and they're going to guide you through this process. So I'd like to introduce, just take a moment to introduce, we do have some Avnet guys with us today. I'm going to ask Jeff and Tom and Sheldon to stand up and wave and come up and speak for a few minutes.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having us. We're excited to be part of the XQ experience with IQ Metrics. Introducing Sheldon Downey, who's our digital signage expertise practice leader at Avnet. Jeff Rooks will be the program manager for all things XQ at Avnet, and I'm a new partner development manager at Avnet. We're excited to be part of this. This is something new for Avnet. You've heard of our name as far as a semiconductor distributor for many, many years. We are part of the Avnet Embedded family, and we build computers at its truest form. The exciting part about this is something that matches our digital signage with the computer products that we do today. So we're really excited to be part of the IQ team on this one, so thank you. As Rachel said, it's a one-stop shop, right? Complete fulfillment from soup to nuts on anything you need for this product. Jeff's got a team that he works with to define the requirements. Once we've worked closely with Donna and with Rachel on the requirements, we'll go through every phase of the deployment to make sure that we cover all the things that you need, from number of media players that you need to the glass, to implementation of the glass in your store. So there's a lot of site survey program availability for you guys to utilize Avnet in this way. We've talked to a few of you today. It seems that financing seems to be an important part of the piece of the product, and we do that today. So one-on-one, with the help of IQ Metrics, we're eager to talk to you a little bit more about financing as well. We deploy in the QSR market today, North America from the US to Canada. So this is something that we do every day. Kitting material together and deploying it in the field is something that we do through both Avnet and our contractors in the North America space. So we look forward to meeting you more. There's a lot more information out there.
The idea, once we determine and finalize your planogram, we'll send you off to the Avnet landing page where you can see all their services and equipment available. So again, one convenient place to shop and place your order and follow the hardware process. So as we mentioned, the hardware components, there are really two main hardware components with XQ. One is the display or monitors, and then two is the media player. The XQ displays, just take a minute to focus on those. The key display specs to really consider is your size. So thinking of where you're putting these on the wall, and what kind of flow are you trying to create. We want to keep in mind that we do want to keep commercial grade. These tend to use less power and a little bit more durable. The also thing is multi-touch capability. So we're all familiar with that, the pinch and zoom technology on our smartphones. So as XQ travels down the roadmap and we add more functionality, we want to make sure that the monitors that you get today have the functionality to work with the program down the road. And then another key spec is we do want to have 1080p high def, just so we can make sure that your experience of the image and the quality of the images is, again, a positive one. We're working with a few screen manufacturers. Tom mentioned Planar. We also have 3M and HP. And we also have Matt Walsh here from Planar, so I'm going to invite him up to talk a little bit. And one funny thing about Matt is, I talked to Matt about hey, I'm going to ask you to come and present, at my session, and, what are some of the things that you want me to focus on? And Matt told me, well, he had the biggest warranty. So all you guys that were thinking something else, but I want to invite Matt up to the stage here and talk a little bit about the planar offerings.
Thanks for coming. So a couple things. So we're going to talk about the applications. As Rachel mentioned, browse and stream. So when you take a look at browse, a couple products out there that you want to take a look at is the 22-inch projected capacitive touchscreen. So it's a bezel-free product. It's the same exact touch technology used for iPhones, iPads, Droids, etc. So it's just a wonderful experience for your mobile sites. So check that out. Again, that would be appropriate for browse or stream, as well as the 42-inch. So those are mounted in a portrait mode. Those are also touchscreen monitors that do have the multi-touch, and both do have the 1080p. So for browse and stream, we have a 22, a 42-inch, and then we're also coming out with a 32-inch projected capacitive as well. So we're going to be able to fill any size gap that you have. For ad play, as we had mentioned, we also have standard digital signage displays. So we have on standard contractor pricing for customers of IQ Metrics, we have a 42, a 55, and a 65-inch display. In addition, if you need something larger, so like a flagship store as an example, we also will do, we have a 70-inch, an 82-inch, and we also have a video wall system that you could build any size. And we actually have a video wall out here that's a 2x2 with 46-inch tiles that has a touchscreen sensor around it as well. So a couple things to mention. We've got about 8 of the 22-inch units out there. I think we have 4 of the 42 and then the video wall, so plenty of products to test out. One big benefit about working with Planar is through IQ Metrics, they've pre-negotiated contract pricing on behalf of yourself, so that's already set up. Everything's in the system with Avnet as well, so you'll notice price-wise, it's going to be hard to beat the products that we have. There's a lot of literature out there as well that will give you the specific specs for each of the products, and we'll actually list it by application as well, whether it's browse, stream, or ad play. So you've got pricing, part numbers, specs is there. So as Rachel had indicated, warranty is our biggest differentiator out in the industry. So a standard warranty for all these products is a 3-year, 48-hour advanced ship replacement, and we pay freight both directions. So the way that works, so most warranties are a ship to depot, where you actually have to pay freight out, and then the manufacturer will return the product. So in this case, literally we ship you a replacement within 48 hours. You take that unit out, plug it in, put the failed unit in that same packaging, and there's prepaid return shipping labels in the box. It makes it super simple. So again, that's it. We'll be out here all day taking a look at products. Love to talk to you about your projects and how I can help you.
Thanks, Matt. So I want to just focus a few minutes on the media players. The XQ media player does have some specifications chosen by our IQ Metrics and XQ teams to make sure, again, that the performance of the applications are to the best of the ability. They are available only through Avnet. In terms of site preparations, definitely something, no matter where you are, if you're renovating, moving, building a new store, or just trying to fit an XQ into your existing store, there are some site preparations that we do want you to consider. One, all the media players do need to have a high-speed connection. In terms of power and electrical, the media players and displays should be on separate circuits, and you might want to consider a switched circuit for the displays. The media players are going to stay on all the time, so we can download information after hours and so forth. But in terms of the monitors, a switch circuit would prevent you from having to turn off multiple monitors at the end of the night, and you just flip a switch. Good idea to consult an electrician just to make sure that your power supplies and sources, all are up to specs and are able to handle the equipment. Some other things, certainly mounting and installation. We want to make sure that the mounts can carry the weight of the monitor. The last thing you want to get is spend $1,500 a monitor and have it crash to the floor. That's very important. Determining the storage space for the media player. You want to get that in close proximity to the display with adequate ventilation. also, you want to make sure that there's enough space to run the wire. So you're running an HDMI cable as well as a USB cable from the media player to the display, as well as power sources for both, and then your internet for your media player. So when you come on board in terms of the content, you're going to subscribe to the catalog. And again, that's going to be either off-wire, Technocell, Tesco, Mobiline, as well as your carrier. You can then do some product mapping. So we talked about the benefits between RQ4 and the integration between RQ4 and XQ. So just a quick snapshot here of the IQ catalog within RQ4 within the product detail section. And you can see there that you can actually sync this product here with the IQ catalog, which is going to facilitate that checkout process. So again, the process as the customers are going through the stream and the browse and adding things to the shopping cart, they can then queue that invoice or that pending sales order. So I've created a shopping cart. I'm now going to send it to the point of sale station where that sales rep can then pull up my pending sales order and complete and convert that pending sales order into an RQ4 invoice. So that's where that product mapping really comes into play. So just in summary, what does that XQ launch summary look like? So you're going to have a discovery call with an XQ experience designer. We're going to work together to create that planogram and finalize it. From there, you're going to have an idea of what the hardware needs are, and we're going to send you off to work with Avnet and order that hardware. In the meantime, you'll be working on site preparation, so making sure, again, that all you have power in the right places and internet and cables pulled. In the meantime, and while I show this sequentially, you'll be working on some of these simultaneously, these stages. So the content, subscribing to catalogs, doing your product mapping, adding any customized content that we may not have in the catalog that's specific to your operations. And then you're going to install. And again, you may still be working on content at this time, but you're going to install, and then we're going to set you off with training and the IQ University program. What we found really with the training and with the success of our clients that are using XQ today is this training is really a key part. As we said, we're changing that experience of the customer. We're also changing that experience of your customer service reps, of your sales reps. And so we want to work with them to how they can engage customers coming into the store. How can they use this tool and not be intimidated by that? And we found that customers that have done that and the sales reps that get that have been much more successful. So really a key part to understanding, and for you as well, for the people that are going to be your product managers that are going to be administering the content, making sure that you know how to create your own content, any edits that you need to make, and so forth. So then you're live, and hopefully your store looks very similar to this, and it's quite a wow factor. And I think very inviting. So this is an actual live store, SaskTel, and if you were in the previous session, you probably saw their case study. But really some exciting and some neat plans and layout. Close-up of XQ Browse. And you can see the comparison in the shopping cart over some live phone displays.
How do you handle multi-carrier operations with catalog selection?
You can subscribe to as many catalogs as possible, so it's not just not just one.
So to utilize XQ, you guys are going to control the entire store environment. It has to be planogrammed. We can't put one unit into an existing store and use it as a customer interfacing situation. Is it an all or nothing, where you build out an entire store for us, or can we use pieces of it in a store?
You can certainly use pieces of it. So what some of the customers that I'm working today, some of the common launch plans, or a lot of people are just going to try it out in one store, kind of see what the ROI is like, and deploy, on average, probably 5 to 7 screens. You can use any component, the stream, the browse. How we're bundling it, so with every interactive screen, the stream or the browse, you get ad play in terms of the software package together. So if you have a stream and a browse station, that would have 2 ad play stations, and then your cost would be the hardware for the media player and the displays. We certainly have the partners to help you with a larger planogram, but if you want to put a kiosk in the middle of the store, you have a seating area, a lounge area, and you want to put browse up there, or you want to put stream in the front of your store to try to pull that traffic in, we can certainly start there.
From an IT perspective, do the media players have any software maintenance programs running behind it to remote manage not only the software content but also from a hardware perspective? So you can remote manage all of our multiple locations for problems with the media player, whether that's one media player shuts down, etc. You have one not working. Is there any kind of program running in the background?
We're using LogMeIn software on every device that's running any XQ product so that we have remote access to the machine if we need to do anything on it. And our current plan, our expectation is if you sign up to use XQ and you have 1 or 50 or 100 devices, we're going to give your team LogMeIn access to your devices. You'll only see yours. You won't see any others, but you'll have full remote admin level access to every machine that's in your fleet using LogMeIn. And for those of you who've used LogMeIn, it's a really powerful tool set for remote management, remote administration. There's a lot of things you can do there.
The other point to make too, I don't think I made very clear, is the media players are going to come when you launch fully loaded. So there isn't any installation or downloading or software that you're going to need to do when you get those media players. It's simply plug and play and activate your device. Other than that, I appreciate your attendance. Have a great rest of the day.